Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Maul, the assassin?
No.
I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Maul was a Dark Lord of the Sith. So powerful and so cunning. He can use the Force to take on two Jedi, and even, when sliced in half, keep himself from dying. Good day, lightsaber addicts. As you could tell, today's Star Wars Sunday is about Darth Maul. And that's pretty exciting. So what happened to him after he got defeated by ObiWan on Naboo? And this probably will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the Clone Wars or Rebels, you might want to watch that before. But if you don't care about spoilers, then keep on going and watching this. So, the first thing is, how did he lose to Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Padawan?
Absolutely ridiculous.
It is. It is. I mean, he defeated Qui-Gon Jinn, who had known Form 4, and that's understandable. Obi-Wan also knew Form 4, and he put up a good fight, but Maul got the best of him and pushed him down the shaft, and Obi-Wan was just holding on. But, I mean, even before he actually pushed off to jump over Maul, Maul knew. Maul knew something was going on. You could see it in his face that he knew Kenobi was up to something. He knew he was using the Force. So when Obi-Wan went up, I mean, he could have easily sliced through Obi-Wan. Easily.
I mean, I get why they did it, right? The movie is the movie. But given that Obi-Wan's just a Padawan and Darth Maul's been training for God knows how long,
Yeah.
there's just no way he should have lost.
No. No. And even if Obi-Wan somehow got over Maul like he did, Maul was using a saber staff, so his reflexes were superb. He could have easily blocked that and not just turn around and go, duh.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
No.
I can't see that. I have a hard time believing that.
I mean, I guess we could chuck it up that Darth Maul was just overconfident.
Mm-hmm.
That he could just. I mean, he did take out Qui-Gon, a
Yeah.
couple minutes before, so.
Yeah, I guess he felt all good about
Yeah.
that and thought Padawan's no problem, but I still can't see it. I think if it was like, excuse me, if that was totally real, I don't think he would have got it. But anyways, so what happened after Naboo?
Yeah.
Well, Maul fell, as you probably saw, but he ended up grabbing, I guess, a vent shaft and pulling himself up and into the junk pile on Naboo, and then was taken to a junk planet where he stayed for over 10 years by himself. And the only thing that kept him going was to have revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Excuse me. That's the only thing that kept him alive. He did make spider legs.
Of all things, that's pretty cool, though.
That's pretty cool. It made him look really, really awesome. But he was like really crazy, like just out of his mind. He didn't have much of a memory left at that time. He knew he had needed revenge, though.
Yeah, I think that gave so much more to Darth Maul, though.
Yeah.
Giving him that crazy feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then his brother found him, Savage, which was cool. It was nice to have his brother Savage Opress in there and searched for Maul using this little trinket. And when he did find him,
He's
there's
this crazy spider-legged creature.
yeah, there's your brother.
Now I don't remember. Did he actually recognize his brother?
Who, Maul?
Yeah, did Maul recognize Savage?
I don't think at first.
No.
No, no.
Yeah. Over 10 years alone. Yeah, I think that would drive anybody to driving someone to complete insanity.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but just by yourself. Well, I think there was this like little snake thing that was feeding him and stuff and got the leftovers after. But yeah, by yourself with rage, he was just crazy. But anyways, like his brother did get him, brought him back to Dathomir, and Mother
Yeah,
Terizon,
something along those lines.
yeah, one of the mother of the Night Sisters. She's the one who restored Maul's memory and personality, put it back on track.
Thanks
Uh,
a lot for that.
yeah, and recreated some cyber legs for Maul. Yeah, which was pretty cool. Looked like a little toddler at first,
Okay.
couldn't stand, but then he ran pretty good
Yeah.
afterwards though. I like he was free. He was free running
Yeah,
around.
cyborg legs,
Yeah,
spider legs. I still have to go with the spider legs
the
though.
spider legs made it look a lot more creepier and
Yeah.
horror movie-ish.
It kind of made me think of, how Grievous
Yeah,
crawls around, right? It just gives a creepy feel
it
to it.
does. Yeah, yeah. That's what I find with Grievous too. It looks like a bug of some sort and just
Yeah.
creeping around. And yeah. But yeah, he gets new legs, and of course, the first thing is revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Uh, yeah. So he needs to bring Obi-Wan out of hiding. Well, he's not really in hiding, but he's at the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
So he contacts the Jedi Temple and shows that he's not playing, and he ends up killing a whole bunch of civilians on the
It's
on the
pretty
planet.
gutsy.
Yeah, yeah, and that's how. I mean, Obi-Wan wants to go. Mace Windu says, I don't think it's a good idea. It's a trap." Well, of course it's a
Oh,
trap.
obviously.
Yoda didn't even want him to really go either, but Obi-Wan just said like he had to finish it, and
Yeah.
he took him on before. He can do it again. Okay, I mean, if he was a Padawan at the time and did beat Maul,
Mm.
and Maul, after 10 or whatever years, hasn't been really be training, and Obi-Wan has, you would definitely think it would be pretty easy
Yeah.
for
He
Obi-Wan
should
to do
definitely
it.
have that chance now.
Yeah. So Obi-Wan ends up going to the planet and doesn't realize though that Maul has a brother, and Savage just beats the crap
Hence
out of
the
Obi-Wan.
trap, right?
That's right, the trap. Trap is sprung,
Yeah.
and that's it. Obi-Wan gets captured and end up on a spaceship. But Asajj Ventress wants revenge on Savage for leaving her and not being her apprentice
Mm.
anymore. So she ends up boarding the ship too,
She
and
seems to help the Jedi a lot more
a
than
little
she
bit
cares
more
to
than
admit.
yeah, a little bit more than a bad guy should.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll talk about her at another day for
Yeah.
sure, because that's one of your favorites also.
She definitely has an interesting story.
Yeah. So she joins forces, gives Obi-Wan one of her sabers because Maul has Obi-Wan's saber, and they fight Maul and Savage, and they make actually a really good team.
They do, and I gotta say, with Obi-Wan being a Jedi, Red does actually look good
It
when
did.
he's using her saber.
It did. I think Obi-Wan would have made a great Sith if
Yeah.
his personality was that.
Mm-hmm.
He could have made it, I think. At least the color looked pretty decent on him.
Yeah.
And anyways, they were just too powerful though for both of
Yeah.
them to combine. Which I could see Savage. Savage just uses pure strength and
Yeah.
power, but Obi-Wan and Maul were going at it, and I guess Maul just really made Obi-Wan really upset, mentioning Qui-Gon Jinn,
Yeah.
and he just kind of Obi-Wan just lost it and just
Mm-hmm.
started lashing out, and he just couldn't do it anymore. You would
It's
think
a
he would be able to though after 10 years of practicing
yeah.
and Jedi
You'd
training.
think, but again, once someone starts instigating you with the fact that they killed your master, I mean, I think anybody would just snap.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's all right, Obi-Wan. We forgive you this time. So they actually Savage and Obi-Wan escape on the ship afterwards and leave Savage and Maul just in the depths of space and with not much life support or food or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the end of season 4 ends of the Clone Wars, because this is the ending of season 4, and but Maul does come back with Savage in season 5 of the Clone
Mm-hmm.
Wars, which is pretty cool. And but today we're just going to end that here. So part 2 will be all about Maul, Savage, uh, on Mandalore,
Mm-hmm.
and making an empire for himself.
All right.
And then what happens just before Order 66,
Mm-hmm.
after Order 66, what happens to him, and and during Rebels, what happens to him.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be next week's episode. So we appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and we hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care. You can follow us at our social media on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you for all the support.